Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Today we are reading from the book Elevation to Krishna Consciousness, Chapter 3, Toward a Peaceful Society, given by A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. Starts with Bhagavad Gita, Chapter 3, Shloka number 2. Shri Bhagavan Idam Shariram Kaunteya Kshetram Ityabhidhiyate Etadyo Vettitam Prahu Kshetragya iti tadvidah. The Supreme Lord said, this body, O son of Kunti, is called the field, and one who knows this body is called the knower of the field. The Supreme Personality of Godhead Krishna is instructing Arjuna about the knowledge of Kshetra and Kshetragya. Kshetra refers to the field, which is the body, and Kshetragya refers to the knower of the field, who is the individual soul. If land is to be cultivated, there must be some cultivator. And if this body, which is likened unto a field, is to be cultivated, there must be a proprietor who can cultivate it. Now we have these material bodies, and it is our duty to cultivate them properly. That cultivation is called karma or work. A person may come to our place with a hoe to cultivate land, or he may come to simply drink coffee or tea. We have been given this particular type of body to cultivate and to attain required sense objects according to our desires. This body is a gift from God. God is very kind, and if someone wants something from him, he allows it. Alright, he says, take this. His relationship to us is just like the relationship of a father and to a son. The son may insist upon getting something from the father, and the father may try to convince him that what he wants is not for his good, saying, my dear son, don't touch this. This is not good for you. But when the boy insists upon it, the father will allow him to have it. The affectionate father gives the son just what he wants. Similarly, the Supreme Father gives his sons and daughters just what they want. It is stated in the Bhagavad Gita that all beings and all species of life are his children. Bhagavad Gita 14.4. Sarvayonishu kaunteya murtaya sambhavanti yaha tasam brahma mahadyonir aham bija pradaha pita. It should be understood that all species of life, O son of Kunti, are made possible by birth in this material nature, and that I am the seed-giving father. In this material world, the mother Prakriti, which is material nature, supplies us with the body, and the Supreme Father impregnates this matter with living souls. There is an erroneous theory current that only human beings have souls and that other living entities do not. But we understand from Vedic authority that there are 8.4 million species of bodies, including plants and trees, and that they have all souls. Otherwise, they would not be able to develop and grow. In this verse, Sri Krishna claims that all living entities, regardless of the forms they take in this material world, are his sons. They are related to him as a son is related to his father. This Krishna consciousness is especially meant for understanding the position of the soul and its relationship with God. Bhagavad Gita 13.3. Kshetragyam chapi mam vidhi sarvakshetreshu bharata kshetrakshatragyayor jnanam yattadjnanam matam mama. O sign of Bharata, you should understand that I am also the knower in all bodies, and to understand this body and its owner is called knowledge. This is my opinion. If we meditate upon this body and study whether or not we are actually the body, we will come to the conclusion that we are Kshetragya, the knower of the body, but not the body. If we study our finger and consider whether or not we are the finger, we will come to the conclusion that we are not the finger or any other part of the body, but that the finger, the arms, the legs, the head, etc., are our fingers, arms, legs, etc. In this way, we can come to the conclusion that we are not these bodies, but that the bodies belong to us. Therefore, we say, this is my body. Unfortunately, people in this modern civilization never stop to inquire what they are or who they are. They are simply laboring hard, working hard all day in an office or factory under the impression that I am this body. And if we ask people who they are, they reply, I am Hindu, I am Muslim, I am Swedish, I am American, I am Christian, etc. These are various identifications or designations of the body, but the fact is that we are not these bodies. The body is simply the field of our activities. We are no more the body than the cultivator of the field is the field. There are different kinds of bodies and different activities in accordance to the different types of bodies. A dog enjoys one kind of activity, a cat enjoys another, and a human enjoys another. There are differences of activities due to differences of body. When we come to the platform of truth, however, and understand that we are not these bodies, then our activities change from material activities to spiritual activities. As long as we are preparing and operating under the bodily conception of life, our activities are material. But as soon as we understand, I do not belong to this body, Aham Brahmasmi, I am spirit soul, our activities will be in accordance to that realization. That is to say, that they will cease to be motivated from the material or bodily platform. Knowledge of our proper identity as separate from the body is real knowledge. But this knowledge is denied as long as we cling to bodily identification. In the scriptures, it is said that as long as we are in this bodily conception of life, all our activities will be defeated. A child is born into ignorance, and if as he grows older he remains under the bodily conception of life, he lives in darkness. His position is that of a Shudra. In the Vedic literatures, we find that in this age everyone is born a Shudra. Therefore, everyone required to be educated as to his real identity. If, however, we remain satisfied with our birth by our father and mother, we will remain in our condition as Shudra. We have to rise to the Brahminical platform by following the purificatory processes. As mentioned before, there are four basic characteristics of an impure life: illicit sex, intoxication, meat eating, and gambling. According to the Vedic principles, sex should be indulged in outside of marriage. In human society, there is therefore a system of marriage which distinguishes us from the cats and dogs. Whether we are Hindu, Muslim, or Christian, we acknowledge the system of marriage. The purpose of this system is to avoid illicit sex. According to the Vedic system, intoxication is also discouraged, nor is meat eating advocated, for human beings should be non violent. We have been given sufficient grains, fruits, milk, and vegetables, and there is no necessity to kill poor animals. Some people argue that if we do not eat meat, we will be undernourished. But we can see that the students of this Krishna consciousness movement have given up the meat and are very healthy, whereas people who are eating meat are still, despite their meat eating, subject to so many diseases and unhealthy conditions. Gambling is also discouraged because it simply agitates the mind. This then is the purificatory process by which one can become a Brahmana. This path is open to everyone. A Brahmana is one who is truthful and pure, tolerant and simple, full of knowledge and faith in God. He can control his mind and his senses also. At the present moment, there is a great necessity for Brahmanas because almost everyone is a Shudra. For almost everyone is wholly engaged in maintaining the body, eating, sleeping, mating, and defending all symptoms of animals and Shudras. Society cannot be peaceful unless there are four divisions of human beings functioning in harmony with one another. These four divisions are comprised of Brahmanas, Kshatriyas, Vaishyas, and Shudras. These are discussed by Krishna in the Bhagavad Gita 4.13. Chaturvarnyam maya srishtam gunakarma vibhagashah tasya kartaram api mam vidya kartaram avyayam. According to the three modes of material nature and the work ascribed to them, the four divisions of human society were created by me, and although I am the creator of this system, you should know that I am yet the non-doer, being unchangeable. These four divisions of men and human society are natural, not artificial, because in the material world everything is operating under the influence of the three modes of material nature: goodness, passion, and ignorance. As long as we are in the material world, it is not possible to classify everyone in the same category because each and every person is working under the influence of the modes of material nature. However, when we transcend the material plane, there is oneness. At that time, all the divisions fall apart. The question is therefore how to transcend the modes of material nature, and that transcendence is the very process of Krishna consciousness. As soon as we become situated in Krishna consciousness, we become transcendental to the modes of material nature. Bhagavad Gita 14.26. Mam chayo vyabhicharena bhakti yogena sevate sagunan samatityaitan brahma bhuyaya kalpate. One who engages in full devotional service, who does not fall down in any circumstance, at once transcends the modes of material nature and thus comes to the level of Brahman. Thus, one who is engaged in Krishna conscious activity is at once elevated to the transcendental position. By nature, we are not matter but Brahman, Aham Brahmasmi. The philosophy of Shankaracharya is mainly based on the principle that we should not think that we are products of this material nature. It is by some unfortunate accident that we are in contact with material nature. Actually, our nature is that of spirit, Brahman, and that nature has to be invoked. This material life is a diseased condition. When we are situated in Brahman, we are in our healthy condition. That healthy Brahman condition is immediately attained as soon as we engage ourselves 100% in Krishna consciousness. When we transcend material nature through the rendering of service unto Krishna, what is our status? Do we become zero? Some philosophies maintain that after liberation from material life, after the nirvana of this material body, we become zero, void. That is a dangerous theory. By nature, living entity is not attracted to zero. We may be diseased and suffering from so many ailments, but if our doctor comes and says, "Let me finish your ailments by killing you," we'll immediately say, "No, no, better let me suffer from the disease." We do not want to be killed just to end our miseries. Thus, the theory that after material life there is void is not at all attractive, nor is it a fact. We are Sachidananda Vigraha, Brahma Samhita 5.1, eternal, blissful, and full of knowledge, and part and parcel of the Supreme. The Supreme Lord is Satchidananda Vigraha, and we are qualitatively one with Him. Although very small, a drop of seawater is as salty as the sea, and although we are but spiritual atoms, we have the same properties as the Supreme Spirit whole. There is no question of being void, for as living entities, our spiritual properties are all there in infinite variegatedness. If, however, out of the frustration of material existence we commit suicide, we do not end our miseries. We simply create other miseries. If we attempt suicide but does not succeed or is somehow revived, he is subject to being punished under the state's law. Similarly, the laws of nature treat suicides as criminal acts. We are to end this material life only after finding out the true blissful life of eternity. We should not simply be trying to end the miseries of this life simply out of frustration, but we should engage ourselves in activities that will raise us to spiritual life. The four divisions of human society were created by Sri Krishna in order to facilitate this process of elevation. Just as a student is elevated from a lower class to a postgraduate class, the division of lever, Chaturvarnam, are created to elevate us from the lowest stages of consciousness to the highest stage of Krishna consciousness. This process is a process of cooperation in the human society. The most important part is the head, then the arms, the belly, and the legs. Although the head is considered to be the most important part, there is no question of neglecting the legs or any other part. Similarly, in the divisions of human society, no one division is important to the exclusion of the three others. Of these divisions, the Brahmanas are considered to be the intellectual class, the class of teachers, the Kshatriyas are the administrative and military class, the Vaishyas are the mercantile and agricultural class, and the Shudras are the common laborer class. In a properly run society, all these classes are required. If they cooperate in their progress toward Krishna consciousness, there is no strife among them. In the present social status, we find that we are existing in these four divisions, but there is no cooperation. Everyone is dissatisfied. Today, there is great strife between the capitalist class and laborer class because between them there is no compromise. There is only friction. All this strife amongst the classes is due to lack of Krishna consciousness. Indeed, there is not even a possibility of cooperation unless there is Krishna consciousness. Krishna consciousness is absolutely essential for harmonizing all facets of human society, regardless of what class we belong to. If we cooperate in Krishna consciousness, there will be peace in the world. Thus, Krishna consciousness is the utmost necessity for all divisions of society. Every chapter and every conclusion of Bhagavad Gita aim towards Krishna consciousness. Sri Krishna, who is speaking Bhagavad Gita, is always stressing devotion to his personal self. Bhagavad Gita 18.65 Manmana bhava mad bhakto madhyaji mam namaskuru mame vaishyasi satyam te pratijane priyosi me. Always think of me and become my devotee. Worship me and offer your homage unto me. Thus you will come to me without fail. I promise you this because you are my very dear friend. Throughout Bhagavad Gita, we find this word mam stressed. Mam means unto me, meaning unto Krishna. But there are many miscreants who are interpreting this mam to mean everyone. When I say, bring me a glass of water, does it mean that I want you to bring everyone a glass of water? The individuality is there, but by jugglery of words, they interpret me or I mean everyone. Consequently, when Krishna says I, the miscreants identify this I with themselves. This is a gross misinterpretation. Although Bhagavad Gita is very popular in the world, Due to this misinterpretation by mundane scholars, it has not been properly understood. Bhagavad Gita clearly explains that this Chaturvarnam system was established by Krishna, but he is outside of this system. When Krishna comes as an incarnation, he does not come as a member of any social order, nor as a Brahmana or anything else. When Krishna came, he came as a son of Devaki and Vasudeva. Vasudeva belonged to the royal family and was therefore a Kshatriya. As such, Krishna played the part of a Kshatriya, but this does not mean that Krishna belonged to the Kshatriya class. There are many incarnations of Krishna in many forms of life. If in one incarnation he appeared as a fish, as a member of the community of fishes, but this does not mean that he is a fish. If we think upon seeing a fish that it belongs to Krishna's family, we are mistaken. Of course, from another point of view, everything is Krishna, but Krishna is aloof from everything. This is the transcendental nature of Krishna, and if we understand it, we will be liberated from birth and death. Although Krishna has established the four divisions of human society, he is not in any one of them. Tasya kartaram apimam vidya kartaram avyayam. As soon as we understand that although Krishna was born into a Kshatriya family, he is not a Kshatriya, we actually become liberated. If we think that because Krishna acts in a particular way, as on the battlefield he gave instruction to Arjuna to fight, he is bound by the reactions of his activities, we are mistaken. Works do not defile me. Sri Krishna says, Namam karmani limpanti. In conclusion, we must accept the fact that when Krishna comes as one of us, he is not in actuality one of us. He is transcendental. This fact we must learn by submissive inquiry from authoritative sources such as Bhagavad Gita or a spiritual master who is fully realized in Krishna consciousness. Today, all facets of human society are thinking that their self-interest is in maintaining this body. Consequently, today's society is simply a society of cats, dogs, and hogs. From Vedic literatures, we can understand that we don't have to work hard all day simply to maintain this body. We are working very hard because we are trying to control material nature for the purposes of sense gratification. One who can come to understand that Krishna is the root of everything, the origin of everything, can understand the meaning of Ishvaraha Paramaha Krishnaha. Krishna is the supreme controller. In the universe, there are many Ishvaras or controllers, but Krishna is the supreme among all of them. Krishna consciousness gives us this knowledge. Without it, we will remain ignorant of our real self-interest. Modern society is in dire need of intellectual persons or brahmanas who can broadcast real spiritual knowledge all over the world. That is an absolute necessity for a society which is working hard simply to exploit nature. If people try to understand this Krishna consciousness movement scientifically and philosophically with their best knowledge and judgment and try to cooperate, there will be peace all over the world. In essence, the method is very simple. We need only chant Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, and follow the regulative principles mentioned before. By following the regulative principles, we will be avoiding the four pillars of sinful life, and by chanting the Hare Krishna mantra, we will be associating with God constantly. Thus there will be peace among all classes of men. So here Srila Prabhupada has concluded this chapter that by following the regulative principles, we will be avoiding the four pillars of sinful life, and by chanting the Hare Krishna mantra, we will be associating with God constantly. Thus there will be peace among all classes of men. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna. If you like, please share, subscribe our channel so that we'll get motivated in our service to His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. Hare Krishna.